From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordo, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, February 21st. It is a warm-up Wednesday. We're going to have fantastic weather this afternoon. Sunny skies. We're going to get up to the 60s, but the winds are going to increase. There'll be winds of change. Watch out for some showers tonight and wet weather on Thursday. We're following breaking news. Police say a man is dead after a shooting on the city's far east side. It happened near 38th and Mithofer. That's where News 8's Hernan Gutierrez went this morning and has the latest on the investigation.
Well, IMPD tells us that they do believe that this man was targeted as they didn't find any other bullets in the homes nearby or around those homes. They tell us that they got the call at about 11:15 late last night when officers arrived. They found the man shot outside of a home, and that's where he later died. An IMPD spokesperson says that they later found out shots were fired about an hour before they received the call, but they weren't notified until they were on their way. Right now, police do not have any suspects. They also noted that there were no witnesses.
I'm sure that all of us, myself included, either don't want to work or live in a community that has crime like this, and how we get rid of that crime is by reporting it, arresting them, and then convicting them and sending them away to prison. But we can't do that without the community's help. I can't stress that enough.
If you have any information, you are asked to call IMPD or Crime Stoppers. IMPD has not released the name of this man or his exact age yet. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Friends are remembering the woman killed in the mass shooting at the Southwest Side Waffle House. Crystal Kennebrew was a bar owner from Gary. People who knew her say her death leaves behind a gaping hole in the community. They tell us they're angered and sad that she and 5 other people were shot when a fight turned to gunfire in the restaurant early Monday morning after the NBA All-Star game in Indianapolis. One friend says he knew Kennebrew for a decade. She was a loving and sweet person who cared about her community and often helped promote other bars and restaurants. He invited her to an event this weekend, but she came to Indianapolis instead.
I was shocked, devastated. Everybody, we still cannot believe how somebody so young, full of energy, so much life ahead, and so much potential. And the city, man, what we gonna do?
It's not clear if Kennebrew knew any of the other people shot at the Waffle House. IMPD is still combing through evidence and talking to witnesses. So far, no one is under arrest. Elias Dorsey's mind is now at the center of the trial to decide whether he's guilty of murder for shooting Indianapolis police officer Breanne Leath. Dorsey's attorneys called a series of doctors Tuesday, making the case that Dorsey's brain is abnormally small and damaged, and that Dorsey suffered psychosis on the day of the shooting. Dr. Ruben Gurr analyzed scans of Dorsey's brain and said it was consistent with someone who suffers from schizophrenia, traumatic brain injury, or PTSD.
When you have such a disorder, you may have dysfunctional brain. It would get you into more trouble. You'll have difficulties in school, and sometimes when you have academic difficulties, you start with externalizing behavior. You can get in fights and troubles. I mean, it's difficult to function.
Jurors also started watching video of Dorsey's behavior while in IMPD's custody. The panel is set to finish the video today. 2 police officers are hurt, and at least 2 people face charges after a chase ended in a crash on the south side of Indianapolis. The crash happened yesterday afternoon on US 31, just south of 465. The arrest came about 2 miles north on Independence Drive. Police are not saying how many people they took into custody. The wreck earlier in the chase involved 3 cars, 2 of them squad cars. IMPD says 1 officer ended up in the hospital. The other officer and the 3rd driver suffered less severe injuries. A law allowing happy hour in Indiana now heads to the governor's desk. Lawmakers voted with bipartisan support to lift the nearly 40-year ban on discounted drink hours yesterday. The bill allows restaurants to sell alcohol at a reduced price for part of the day, but there are some restrictions. Happy hour can't be longer than 4 hours a day or 15 hours in a week, and the discounts can't run from 9 at night to 3 in the morning. If signed by the governor, the law would go into effect on July 1st. At the State House, lawmakers have powerful new testimony to consider as they decide whether to force a timeout on the Blue Line project. Cassandra Crutchfield spoke in favor of the project yesterday. She's the mother of Hannah Crutchfield, the 7-year-old who was killed when a car hit her on Washington Street as she walked home from school in 2021. The Blue Line would convert 2 of the lanes to bus use only.
Daughter Hannah and I were hit by a car on Washington Street while walking home from school. Hannah did not survive. We need the Blue Line. There are many reasons why this project would be beneficial, but what is most important to me is that it will make Washington Street safer.
Business owners who oppose the change say it would prevent trucks from making deliveries. The bill in the legislature would pause the project for 1 year while lawmakers study the issue. A committee vote is slated for next week. Gas in Indiana will cost you more next month. The State Department of Revenue released the new gas use tax yesterday. It's increasing to 16.9 cents in March. That's up 1.4 cents from this month, which is the lowest the tax has been in more than 2 years. March's rate is about the same as January's. According to Gas Buddy, gas costs around $3.27 a gallon in Indianapolis and Fort Wayne right now, which is about 7 cents higher than Evansville. Wish TV is your education station. The Department of Education says there is now a workaround for families frustrated by the new federal financial aid forms, the FAFSA. Students whose parents or spouses do not have Social Security numbers have not been able to complete the forms. The Department of Education says students can leave the information blank for now and that a permanent solution will come in March. The students using the workaround now will have to come back to complete the application then. This morning, the United Schools of Indianapolis celebrates a historic donation. Someone has donated more than $12 million to the charter school network. News 8's Brittany Noble is on the story and tells us about the anonymous gift.
The school system says the money comes from a donor who understands the importance of investing in teachers and administrators. It's another day of learning at Avondale Meadows Middle School. Here, students are encouraged to give their best effort.
My hope for the future for United Schools of Indianapolis is that 95% of students leave our schools at or above proficiency, and that they can, attain their dreams of going to college or whatever it is that they want to do after high school.
Do they care if you practice Islam? No. Do they care if you practice Christianity? No, they didn't care.
Ashley Neal teaches 5th and 6th grade social studies. She's been with the school for 2 years.
But I'm also excited for the future of USI, of the teachers that are going to want to come here.
The United Schools of Indianapolis is increasing their performance-based bonuses for teachers at their 3 schools. An anonymous donor gave a $12.5 million gift.
And all the studies out there show that high-quality teachers directly impact student outcomes. And the longer teachers are with the school system, the better they get to know their students, the better they can provide interventions and supports for them, and we know that leads to increased student outcomes.
$500,000 will be given to the system over the next 25 years to assist educators.
As part of the process, they did ask us a lot of questions and look at how we currently show our teachers that we value and recognize them, and they were big fans of our current practices and just wanted to make that even better.
Now the top 30% of instructors will be awarded an extra $15,000, and one educator can earn the $40,000 bonus.
They do show us every day that they value us, but this is definitely something that does encourage me to want to stay here and continue my teaching journey here.
USI is a network of K-8 public charter schools authorized by the Indianapolis Mayor's Office of Education Innovation. Parents have until April 30th to apply online for the next school year. I'm Brittany Noble, reporting for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
The Indy 11 kick off in a couple of weeks with new head coach Sean McCauley. He's expected to bring a more aggressive style of play. He was the assistant coach with the MLS team, Minnesota United, and wants the boys in blue to get their first championship. McCauley says it all starts with the team's mentality and effort. So far, he's happy with how his players are handling the changes.
The fact that they've really bought into how we want to play. We want to, play towards the opposition's goal as much as possible and put the opposition under pressure and try and score a lot of goals. And we've been fortunate to be able to do that, but there will be times when them shots, them chances don't go in, and it's making sure that through that adversity that we react positively to it. So it's been really positive so far.
The Indy 11 start the season on March 9th on the road against the Oakland Roots SC. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.